Good day. My name is Dave Hodges, and I'd like to take a little bit of your time and talk to you about the different methods in which people are cleaning their pool tables. First, I'll tell you a little about me. I'm actually a master cue maker. I started playing pools about 38 years ago, and I went from there. I got into repairing pool sticks, and then after I repaired pool sticks for a while, I started building. Then I opened up a retail store in Richmond, Virginia. After several years of having the retail store open, we opened a pool hall. And in the back of our retail store, that's where we built our custom one-of-a-kind pool sticks. The pool sticks were called Parrot Cue. We're listed in the Billiard Encyclopedia and the Blue Book of Pool Cues. After I'd opened the pool hall up, I found a demand for cleaning pool tables. We've tried every method there was. We tried vacuum cleaners and damp cloths and brushes, and none of that seemed to work. So what I did is I got up with a chemist, and we invented a formula that you spray on your pool table and clean. And I'll tell you a little about that at the end while we're talking about the different methods that people use. But before we get started talking about cleaning and the different methods, I want to talk to you a second about cleaning. Look, in order to actually clean something, you need some type of cleaning agent. When you're using brushes and vacuums, there's no cleaning agent. The only thing you're doing there is you're just removing chalk and loose dirt from the top surface of your cloth. So while we're talking about that, think of your pool table cloth as the carpet in your house. If you were to call a cleaner in to come and clean your carpet, and they got there, and the only thing they did was vacuum, you certainly wouldn't feel like they had cleaned anything. And the cover on your pool table is the same way. Now let's get started, and we'll talk about some of the different methods in which people are cleaning their table. All right, let's talk about brushes first. Brushes are probably the #1 killer of pool table cloth. When you're brushing your pool table, you're not removing any chalk and dirt from your pool table. You're just brushing it through the fibers of the cloth. You're also tugging at the top of the fibers of the cloth and damaging that also. The little bit of chalk that you can sweep up, you end up sweeping in your pockets, which makes your pockets really dirty. And that dirt also wears the shine off of your pool balls. If you were to pull the cloth back on your pool table, you would see that there's actually piles of chalk laying on your slate. So we don't recommend that you clean your pool table that way. I've seen other types of cleaners look like chalkboard erasers or the Brunge. As you're pulling and wiping on your pool table with those, you're actually just pushing the chalk through the cloth and onto the slate of the table. If you look at those Brunges and those chalkboard erasers, you can see that you're not picking up much chalk, you're just pushing it through your cloth. So we recommend that you don't use the brush or those types of cleaners on your table. Okay, next, let's talk about the vacuum cleaner. What the vacuum cleaner is doing is it's just removing surface chalk and surface dirt. If you're using a vacuum cleaner, you need to be very careful. If your vacuum cleaner has too much suction, it'll actually suck the cloth off of the slate, and it'll stretch your cloth, causing your table to become slow. If you're using a vacuum, you also want to be careful not to use anything that has a brush or a beater bar on it. If you're using a brush, you're just tearing at the top of the fibers of the cloth, and eventually that will damage your cloth. You're also, if you're using a brush on your vacuum, you're also just, here again, pushing the silicas from the chalk into the fibers of your cloth. And eventually that's going to damage your cloth. You also need to be aware that if you're using a vacuum cleaner like the one you use on your floor, that some of those wheels will actually leave marks on your table. So we don't recommend the vacuum cleaner for cleaning your table. It doesn't do any cleaning at all. It just removes surface dirt. So that's actually not the way to be cleaning your pool table. All right, now let's talk about the damp cloth. The damp cloth is really bad for your pool table, and I'm going to tell you why that is. When you wipe your table down with a damp cloth and you turn your cloth over and it's blue and you think you've cleaned your table, well, you're wrong. The blue that you see on your towel is actually the dye from the chalk. It's not the silicas from the chalk. The silicas you've actually pushed into the fibers of the cloth, clogging the cloth. Actually, we took some pool table cloth where people have been using a damp cloth, and we stretched the cloth. You could actually see clumps of chalk falling out on the table where it had been clogging the fibers of the cloth. Out of the hundreds of people that I've talked to, that have had to re-stretch the cloth on their pool table, the one thing they have in common is all of them use a damp cloth. And eventually, as you're using that damp cloth and you're clogging up the fibers in your cloth, eventually what's going to happen is your table is going to get so dirty that you can't get it clean. Every time you play, your hands are going to get black and dirty. So the damp cloth will also cause your cloth to fade. The dye in your cloth is a water-based dye. So as you're cleaning your table, you're actually pulling the dye out of your cloth. So we don't recommend a damp cloth for cleaning your pool table. Next, I'd like to talk to you about the Quick Clean product. This is the product we developed about 12 years ago. We're very proud of this product. This product is actually the official table cleaner of tournaments such as the United States Open, the Derby City Classic, the United States Men's Pro Tour, and the Allen Hopkins Expo. So we're very proud of this cleaner. Let me tell you how this works. When you mist this on your pool table, it takes about 4 seconds to cover the entire table. What that does is creates a positive charge on your pool table. Now here's what that positive charge does. It actually extracts the chalk and dirt from the fibers of your cloth and suspends it in a mist. Now we can wipe that off your table without wiping it into the cloth. We recommend that you wipe this cloth with a microfiber product. We use these wipers here. What makes the wipers work so well is microfiber is actually a polyester product, so it has a negative charge. So when you spray your table with the positive charge and you get the dirt and chalk out and you wipe it with this negative charge, it actually acts like a magnet and it just attracts right to the wiper. One of the best parts about the Quick Clean is not only does it extract about 98% of the chalk off your pool table, this cleaner actually has a dry cleaning agent in it. So every time you clean your table, you're actually dry cleaning your pool table. And by dry cleaning your pool table, it holds down the odors and it actually restores your table to its original color. So this is what we're recommending that you clean your pool table with for the longevity of your pool table. We also recommend when you're wiping the cloth with these wipers, and they're super soft because they're microfiber, that you not put any pressure down. You just let the weight of the wiper remove the chalk and dirt by the magnetic charge. The less that you push down on it, the less chance you have of pushing some of that chalk and dirt back into the fibers of your cloth. So this is the way that we recommend that you clean your cloth if you're looking for longevity and keeping your cloth playing good and looking good for a long, long time. I hope these tidbits of information have given you some insight on some of the ways that you can clean your pool table and some of the ways that some of those ways damage your pool table. If I could be of any assistance to you or answer any questions for you, you can contact me at www.david@quick-clean.com, and that's david@quick-clean.com. Just shoot me an email if you have any questions and I'll be happy to talk to you. I hope this has helped you. Have a great day.